Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be kind of talking about that's come out in like the headlines about the Oakland high school shooter that happened like right after Thanksgiving break, and it's been kind of somewhat in the news. And the high schooler named Ethan Crumble did enter a non-guilty plea. It was on during Wednesday's brief argument in Oakland County Circuit Court in Detroit, and that Ethan, who's 15, does currently face 24 counts, including murder, terrorism, and gun charges related to the November 30th shooting rampage that had left 4 students dead and 7 other people injured. And the teen's attorney did waiver a formal reading of the charges, noting Crumble would stand mute and asked that the court entered a non-guilty plea on Crumble's behalf, and that Oakland's County Circuit Judge Rao presented over the hearing. Rao noted that parties on both sides did agree that Rose's past position on the Oakland County Assistant Prosecutor did not create a conflict of interest during this whole time, and that he was on the Oakland County Judge. Rowe was appointed to the bench in August by Governor Whitmer, and the judge did move a delay requirement hearing date prior to June 21st, citing that health risks associated with the current outgoing COVID-19 pandemic. And Rowe did note that an in-person hearing is being requested by Ethan Crumble's defense team, and it is warranted, but the continued surge in cases with the virus wouldn't make that possible, and that because of the number of COVID cases are so high at this time, that the court is finding a good cause to extend the 30 days because they cannot find effectuate an in-person hearing at this time due to the positivity rates quoted by Rowe, and that the virtual appearance for Crumble was the teen's second in less than 7 days. On Friday, Crumble was bound over for trial after his attorney did waiver his probable cause conference and preliminary examination in the district court, and that Crumble is being held in Oakland County Jail without bond. His charges as an adult does contain 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of terrorism causing death, 7 counts of assault with intent to murder, and then 12 counts of felony firearm. And that the killing did happen on November 30th, that there was some minors that were killed, and that 6 other students and a teacher were also shot, but they are okay. And that the defense attorney previously made a case that Crumble should be transferred from the county's adult jail to a juvenile facility in Potomac. His placement is expected to be discussed in an in-person hearing, and that on January 19th, so next week, there's a scheduled conference expected to aid his attorneys in setting the hearing date. And that Rao did note that only the prosecution defense will take part in next week's status conference, and that Deborah McKelvey, who's appointed by District 52-3 Judge Nancy C. to represent Crumble's interests as a guardian aid lieutenant, and will stay on that role during trial. Rowe did add as well that the Oakland County prosecutors did share disturbing allegations that the teen during except for Friday bond hearing for his parents, James and Jennifer Conberry, and that at the parents' bond hearing, that the assistant Oakland County prosecutor did allege that Ethan had made a videotape in August 2021 in which he did allegedly say it's time to shoot up a school, and that the assistant prosecutor argued that Crumbles ignored the signs of their son, who was deeply troubled, and that alleged that the teen was obsessed with violence and guns months prior to the shooting, and that Ethan allegedly told his mom via text message months beforehand that he had been seeing demons and ghosts in their home, according to the assistant prosecutor, and that Ethan, the prosecutor, did know as well, also was looked up school shootings and bomb making online, and that the attorneys Merrill and Shannon, the defense team for the Crumbles, asked the 52-3 district judge Nicholas Friday to lower their bonds to $100,000 each from the $500,000 originally, and that Nicholas denied this request and maintained the original bond amount. The judge, in her decision, did cite that the parents' ties to family in Florida, the seriousness of the alleged crime, and the flight risk, noting their decision to allegedly run an abandonment building in Detroit while they were being sought by the Oakland County authorities, and that the couples do both face 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in the November 30th, 2021 shooting. They face up to 15 years in prison if convicted, and that the prosecutors allege that the parents drained their son's account of $3,000 before they fled Detroit, and that the Crumbles are due back in court on February 8th for a preliminary examination. And this is so interesting just because of like how the U.S. criminal justice system, we're more on punishment than like doing a reform and retribution kind of thing. So the parents, like, honestly, this kid is being charged, Ethan is being charged as an adult, which is technically a good thing, even though technically he's still a minor, so he can't like vote and do certain things. But at least he had the enough cognitive decision making to do this. He was showing signs to his parents and everything, and like outwardly showing the signs, and that his parents were like not really like thinking much of it, not keeping the gun safe, not keeping the guns out of range for him, and that a lot of like news outlets did come out stating that the day after Thanksgiving here in the U.S. we do have a thing called Black Friday where there's a bunch of deals, and that the parents did buy him a gun on Black Friday, days before the shooting, and that honestly it proves that the parents did like help him in some form, and that at least they're being like accessories to it, and that should be able to help. But honestly, I want to hear you guys' comments and your opinions, and comment down below. Thank you.